Dramaalert Nation, I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. Guys, sorry if my voice is a little off. This is a very serious video. I just got a COVID test today. Hopefully everything's good. I'll find out tomorrow. So if I sound weird, I'm acting weird, whatever, that's why I'm sick. But this is a very important story. Today we are going to be talking about one of the most beloved Minecraft YouTubers known as Carson, who there's been rumors circulating. I've heard this from other YouTubers that he was basically with his underage fans, sending eggplant emojis. At the end of the day, you guys do kind of have proof, right?
I mean, yeah, that he told all of us at the same time.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say, Noah. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. For those of you that somehow been living under a rock, CallMeCarson was a YouTuber that was accused of pedophilia and grooming all the way back at the start of 2021. Now, his accuser said that these interactions happened while she was 17 and he was 19. Yeah, I'm gonna let you make that kind of connection there yourself about how this is a complete and utter load of nonsense. Now, when the story first came to light, pretty much the entire internet took a stance against Carson, but no one actually bothered to look into the inconsistencies that came from A, Carson's accuser, and B, from the lunch club themselves. I'll leave these as a bit of a nice example here for you.
I don't think Carson's a pedophile, but that's what he did.
So here, not only has Jschlatt denied the allegations of Carson being a pedophile and a groomer, there's also inconsistencies on Noah's end as well. For example, in a recent Twitter post that Noah made, he claimed that he knew the ages of the people Carson was speaking to as early as March 2020. Okay, that's a bit funny. Why bother thinking about that? Well, if you go to his video in 2021 with Keemstar, he says that he doesn't know the ages of the people that Carson was speaking to. So that's just an outright lie.
Did he tell you how old they were?
At the time, no.
What I believe is that Noah thought that taking this story to Keemstar would have propelled his YouTube channel into stardom. Because if you think about it, Noah is a bit of a nobody when you compare him to the rest of the members of the lunch club. He was just kind of sat in the back burner a bit. Here you can tell that Noah is still salty about how Carson was massively more popular than he ever was, to the point where he claims in a YouTube interview that Carson approached him to ask for advice on how to run a successful YouTube channel because Noah claimed his was much more successful, even though nowadays Carson on his worst day still outperforms Noah on his best day, which is just really funny.
Like the questions that were asked,
yeah,
having been in this for longer. But the dude was basically just like mining me for my YouTube tips because my channel was successful.
What was his channel like at the time?
Now, this interview that I've just shown you guys took place a little bit after the initial drama dropped, like roughly, I think, 8 months or so after. And you can tell that Noah is really upset at the fact that throwing Carson under the bus didn't give him the kind of exposure that he wanted, and his channel just still didn't go anywhere. To the point where, in his penultimate tweet, where he decides he's going to quit YouTube, he even tries to throw Jschlatt under the bus as well. Now, the fallback that many people tried to take was, oh, well, we've established that Carson isn't a pedophile or a groomer, so essentially the new argument was that Carson abused his power as a content creator. Now, it's sad that this needs to be spelled out, but just because the person you're dating is a fan does not inherently mean that you're abusing the power that you have over them. Every single kind of relationship has some form of power dynamic that has the potential to be abused but doesn't mean it's being abused. Like, for example, if you date someone that makes more money than you, are they abusing you because they make more money? No, of course not. But that could be abused if they decide to hold, say, financial security over you, if you rely on their income to live and survive. But just because it has the potential to be abused does not mean it actually is being abused. So in Carson's case, if he wanted to abuse his power as a content creator, he could have offered his fans money, fame, subscribers, or hell, even threatened them with sicking his fan base on them if he didn't get what he wants out of the people he was speaking to. But if you read the DMs, he never actually does this. The only reason why the direct messages are cringe is because you're reading the messages between two cringe teenagers. Of course you're going to be like, ugh, what the fuck? Now, Carson's accuser did do a good job of scrubbing her Twitter of most of the tweets that she made accusing Carson, mostly because she did admit to doing what she did for clout. And no, I'm not talking about the person that took her Twitter handle after she deleted her account. I'm talking before she actually deleted her account. However, there's still screenshots there of her new private Twitter pretty much going, haha, poof, it's gone, you can't do anything about it. So yeah, it's not a very good look either. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video, despite the fact that the whole situation happened quite some time ago, is the fact that the whole thing never sat quite right with me to begin with. I understand that other YouTubers have made similar arguments to the ones that I've been making, but a trend I've noticed is they haven't caught some of the inconsistencies that I've seen, especially some of the stuff that Noah has been saying. Because in true Noah fashion, a lot of the stuff he says is kind of on the back burner or in the background for people to not really notice. From some tweets that he makes that other people just don't seem to see, or some really niche YouTube interview that no one's watched or have seen. I also never liked the comparison that people tried to make between Carson and Minilad, when Minilad is an actual pedophile and a genuine danger to children, so that comparison couldn't even be farther from the truth. And the fact that people still try to make that comparison today is just absolutely baffling. But yeah, that's about it. See you later.